just taken my brand new book out of the envelope and I am absolutely blown away by the cover. I'm so excited. I've spent absolutely months working on these gorgeous fairies. So they're all based on different flowers. As you can see, we've got a tulip fairy and a gorgeous hollyhock fairy. I've also included some little ephemera pieces in here to go with it. You can see crystals and labels, and they're all inside. So come on, let's take a look. Oh! Pretty fairy ephemera to cut out and collage. Oh, breaking the spine for the very first time. So this is the very first time I have seen this book, as you can just gather, and it's available now on Amazon. So I do try my very best to cram as many pictures as I can, even on the front page here, so you've got little extra pieces and different sizes as well for your different projects. What I was after. And yeah, so my collages for this one, they took absolutely forever. The cover has had quite a few incarnations, and the back cover, that was I think the second one that I did. And then I thought I would go with a particular colour scheme for the one inside. So we've got a pink and yellow theme going on here because you know, those are the colours of some of the flowers and the fairies that are within my book. So I've always been drawn to pretty things, flowers, and especially magical folk such as fairies. And when you buy this book, which of course you will, you're going to be able to read all of that, or just pause the video and have a look. So again, I've squeezed in some lovely patterns that you could use for washi tape if you wanted to, and little tiny butterflies, and you can cut all this up as well. And now my background papers, I want to put these in my Ko-fi shop because I haven't included separate background papers in this book. It just would have made it far too long. Some people don't like the background pages at the back. I've had a review which said there were too many background pages in one of my other books and they wanted more ephemera and less background pages. So I've decided I'm going to make these available in my Ko-fi shop, so you can get hold of those as extras if you hop over there. Haven't put them there yet though, but I'll let you know when I do, and the link to my Ko-fi shop is below. So I always put some miniatures of some of the ephemera from the book in the front page, and these are absolutely perfect for twinchies or ATCs. So let me just get a ruler. So a twinchie is 2 inches. That's 2 inches. So pretty much all of these, even the bigger pieces, would fit on a twinchie, and therefore they would fit on an artist trading card as well. So people who love tiny projects, that page has got, how many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 42 images there that you could use on twinchies or ATCs. Right, here we go. So this is the first full ephemera page, and oh, I adore the colours on this page. I'm so thrilled with how they've come out. Really vibrant, and look at these cute fairies. If you love magical folk, or if you love the flower fairies from days gone by, if you know what I'm talking about, then these are like a refresh sort of idea along the same lines. And as you can see, I've put lots of little ephemera extras for you in here. So there are over 500 images in this book. It doesn't say it on the front, but it does say it on Amazon. Some of those images are these little sort of images, so they're not the fairies themselves, but I have counted up and there's well over 500 images in here for you to cut out and collage. So yeah, I've gone with a bit of a colour theme on every page so that you've got things that will go together. How adorable are these? I hope you can see them clearly. So we've got 2 tulip pages of ephemera, and now we're on to the pink rose fairy. And there's a little bit of a 50s vibe, I think, with these, or maybe 1920s, because the styles are quite similar in the two decades, I think. I love to reference vintage things, so that is what you're getting here. And just look at the colours, they're so gorgeous. And I mentioned crystals when I showed you the front cover. I've included some crystals in here because people who love magical stuff, I'm including myself in that, most definitely love a crystal. I've got many crystals, and yeah, it was time to start including them. There's some pink ones there, and those are a little bit like, oh, my birth crystal, aquamarine. There we go. And it goes with these dresses. So you've got some, you might not think they go, I happen to think they do, but you can use them for whatever you like. And the marigold fairy, and we've got the background paper that goes with each type of fairy as well, to immerse you in the world of the marigold fairy. And all these little pieces of ephemera are great for adding a little touch of something to your journals or your artist trading cards, or your collages, or birthday cards, or your junk journals, scrapbooks, whatever you're making. There's loads of stuff here, and as I say, I stuck to a bit of a colour theme for you. More marigold fairies there, and pretty little coordinating butterflies to cut out. And now we're on to the water lilies. So again, we've got a pattern over here, and then we've got these gorgeous little ladies and girls. I've included some faux stamps. They're very vintage, and they are fake, they're not actual real stamps, but you can see some of the fairies have got coordinating vintage faux stamps as well. And there are faux stamps actually in my Ko-fi shop, but it's a bit hard to see what you've got there because they're so small. But believe me, they are these, and you can print them slightly bigger if you want to, I think. Some of them are these as well. So these are the Blue Hydrangea Fairies. So pretty. And some coordinating butterflies and quartz crystal cluster there as well. And we've got some Blue Hydrangea flower heads and beautiful faux stamps to go with the Blue Hydrangea Fairies. And here are some more. Now, there is a junk journal kit, or a journal kit. In fact, there are many pages in my Ko-fi shop to go with some of these. I haven't made them all yet. I've done a pink roses junk journal, so you could print that off and then use this ephemera in that junk journal. You could also print off the Blue Hydrangea ones. There's quite a range. Some of them are actual lined journal pages. You could just add a few little bits. Some of them are already filled in with quite a few bits of ephemera. You can mix and match them. Hop over to my Ko-fi page at the Ko-fi shop anyway and scroll through. A few things are free, so you might find there are some free things at the time that you're viewing this video. Haven't done all of them yet, but I can tell you which ones I have done as we go. Right, the Camellia Fairy. So we've got very pretty pinks here. They are quite similar to roses, these, aren't they? There's a nice background. Again, that will be in the Ko-fi shop at some point very soon. And I've tried to reference sort of vintage styles here, 1920s-y sort of styles. And these lovely labels have come out so well. And there's lots of pretty camellias in pots and decorative pots there. I understand how difficult it is to cut these things out because, as you probably know, I craft with these myself, and it can be quite annoying when there's lots of tricky bits. Like, for example, that one is not for the faint-hearted if you're cutting it out, which is why I've made it much easier for you with some of these by putting them into a shape, or here, for example, adding a label or a, you know, like a design behind it that's got a simpler shape to cut out. So, oh, I love this so much. Right, this is the Lily of the Valley Fairy, and it just really made me think of 1920s, 1930s. Look at her gorgeous, gorgeous hair with the Lily of the Valley flowers and the little crystals and the faux stamps we have to go with the Lily of the Valley Fairy. We've got the pretty background paper, and there are a number of junk journals that you can print off in my printables shop that perfectly fit with these fairies, and I can't wait to print them all off and get going with them myself. So I shall have to share those at some point very soon. There's some more Lily of the Valley fairies there. And we've got the Hollyhock Fairy. Now this one was quite challenging because can you see all the little bits? This is why I've made some Hollyhock Fairies into more like a sticker, or I've put them in a frame like this so that you can still cut them out and enjoy them, but you haven't got to fiddle around with scissors, you know, trying to cut every little bit. You can just cut it all out like that. You could use a bit of ink, or you could just keep the background white. Or if you really wanted to cut all the way around every single bit, you know, good luck. I'm not sure that I'll be doing that, but I might give it a go. I've included lots of gorgeous dragonflies here as well, and coordinating crystals with those lovely soft pink colours. And lavender fairy, look, so cute. So I haven't yet done junk journal styles for these two yet. And we've got quite a multicultural fairy collective going on here. I think that's really nice. Most of the characters in this book are children. As you probably know, if you've been to my channel before, you've perhaps heard me say I used to be a primary school teacher. So I'm sort of thinking of the wonderful multicultural school with all the gorgeous kids I used to teach, and how much they would love this book, and looking out for fairies who look like they do. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, there's a nice mixture, I think, here. And here we have the strawberry fairy. Now, technically a strawberry is not a flower, but doesn't matter. There's some gorgeous little flowers that go with the strawberry plant. As you can see, we've got a pattern and some pretty rubies to go with the strawberry fairy. And look at her gorgeous label there. And this little one, look, with her shoes on. She's got the cutest face. And we've got some nice faux stamps as well. And a few slightly more modern designs. And some lovely juicy big strawberries there. I'm starving right now and I could murder a strawberry. It would be so nice. And again, we've got some with circular patterns. Look at her cute face. So they're much easier to cut out. I think she's on the front cover actually. Let me look. Yeah, there she is. With her little strawberries in her hand. Right, we've got a clover fairy here. Very beautiful, soft, slightly pastel-y, goldy pink sort of colour. Again, we've got some with easier shapes to cut out, but how gorgeous are these? I think they'd look absolutely stunning on perhaps a birthday card or something. And we have some more magical looking clover fairies on this page. And look at these two. They're having a party, look, dancing around with the clover in their hair. And again, we've got some pink crystals, rose quartz. It's one of my favourite crystals. And here we've got the sunflower fairy. I know how popular sunflowers are with a lot of people who do crafts, especially in the summer months, which we've got coming up. So we've got baskets of sunflowers here, sunflower labels, some beautiful citrine crystals that you could coordinate with those if you wanted to. And there's a label there, citrine. And labels with sunflowers on, look, that are nice and easy to cut out. Beautiful little fairies in ballet pumps and cuddling their sunflowers or sitting amongst them. And there you go, that's it. So I hope you love my fairy ephemera, pretty fairy ephemera to cut out on collage as much as I do. I really can't wait to get my scissors to this book and just have a ball cutting things out. And definitely going to have to print my own junk journals out, aren't I, and start creating with the ephemera and the junk journals. Anyway, I hope to see you again very soon. Obviously, I'll put the link below for this book. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.